Maths Olympiad Class 9. Triangles, circles and areas of parallelogram.
Two figures having exactly the same shape and size are said to be congruent. Two triangles are said to be congruent if pairs of corresponding sides and the corresponding angles are equal. Two congruent figures are equal in area, but two figures having the same area need not be congruent. The bisector of the vertical angle of an isosceles triangle bisects the base at right angles. Two line segments are congruent if they have the same length. Two circles are congruent if they have the same radius. Two angles are congruent if they have the same measure. Two squares are congruent if they have the same side length. Two rectangles are congruent if they have the same length and same breadth. Congruence of triangles. S congruence condition. If three sides of a triangle are equal to the three sides of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Therefore, triangle ABC congruent, triangle DEF. SAS congruence condition. If two sides and the included angle of a triangle are respectively equal to the two sides and the included angle of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Therefore, triangle ABC congruent, triangle DEF. ASA congruence condition. If two angles and a side of one triangle are respectively equal to the two angles and the corresponding side of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Therefore, triangle ABC is congruent, triangle DEF. RHS congruence condition. If the hypotenuse and a side of a right angle triangle are equal to the hypotenuse and a side of another right angle triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Therefore, triangle ABC congruent, triangle DEF. Properties of a triangle. Angle sum property. Sum of all three interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Inequality property. Sum of any two sides of a triangle is always greater than the third side. When any side of a triangle is extended beyond the vertex, it forms an exterior angle with the other side at the same vertex. An exterior angle is equal to the sum of two interior opposite angles. Angle X is an exterior angle. Angle A, angle B, angle C are interior angles. Exterior angle is equal to sum of two interior opposite angles. Every triangle has 6 exterior angles and 3 interior angles. To get exterior angles, the sides of the triangle are to be produced in one direction only, either in clockwise or in anticlockwise. A line segment with its endpoints lying on a circle is called a chord of the circle. A secant is a line that intersects a circle in two distinct points. In this circle, AB is a chord and PQ is a secant. A line that intersects a circle at exactly one point is called a tangent to the circle. A chord AB of a circle with center O divides the circular region into two parts. Each part is called a segment of the circle. The segment containing the center of the circle is called the major segment, and that which does not is called the minor segment of the circle. If all the four vertices of a quadrilateral lie on a circle, then it is called a cyclic quadrilateral. In a circle, the perpendicular from the center to a chord bisects the chord. In a circle, the line segment joining the center to the midpoint of a chord is perpendicular to the chord. The angle subtended by an arc of a circle at the center is double the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. Angle AOB is equal to angle ACB. angle in a semicircle is a right angle. The angles formed at a point in the arc of a segment by joining the point to the endpoint of the chord is called an angle of the segment. Angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. The sum of the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degrees. If one side of a cyclic quadrilateral is produced, the exterior angle so formed is equal to the interior opposite angle. A cyclic parallelogram is a rectangle. In a circle, the perpendicular from the center to a chord bisects the chord. In a circle, the line joining the center to the midpoint of a chord is perpendicular to that chord. In a circle, equal chords subtend equal angles at the center. In a circle, chords which subtend equal angles at the center are equal. An arc of a circle is intercepted by an angle if the endpoints of the arc line on the arms of the angle and each arm of the angle contains at least one endpoint. An angle with its vertex at the center of a circle is called a central angle of a circle. In a circle, if two central angles are equal, then the intercepted arcs are congruent. In a circle with center O, the degree measure of minor MN segment is the measure of the central angle MON, that is, M into minor segment MN is equal to angle MON. The degree measure of major segment MN is 360 degrees minus M into minor segment MN, and the degree measure of a semicircle is 180 degrees. The degree measure of a whole circle is 360 degrees. To each angle AOB, there exists at O another angle called the reflex angle AOB, such that reflex angle AOB is equal to 360 degrees. An angle is said to be inscribed in a circle if its vertex lies on the circle and each of its arms intersects the circle in two distinct points. In a circle, the measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of its intercepted arc. The angle an arc subtends at the center is twice the angle it subtends at any point on the remaining part of the circle. Two angles are said to be inscribed in the same arc or the same segment of a circle if they intercept the same arc. Angles inscribed in the same arc of a circle are equal. Angle in a semicircle is a right angle. A quadrilateral is said to be a cyclic quadrilateral if its vertices lie on a circle. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. A secant line of a circle is a line that intersects the circle at two distinct points. A tangent line to a circle is a line on its plane that intersects the circle at exactly one point. The point common to a circle and its tangent is called the point of contact. In a circle, the tangent at a point and the radius through the point of contact are perpendicular to each other. A line through the endpoint of a radius of a circle perpendicular to the radius is tangent to the circle at that point. At each point of a circle, there is one and only one tangent to the circle. If the line PA is a tangent to the circle at the point A on it, then the line segment PA is called the tangent segment from P to the circle. The length of the tangent segment from a point P to a circle is called the length of the tangent from P to the circle. Lengths of the two tangents to a circle from an external point are equal. The two tangents to a circle form an external point are equally inclined to the line joining the point to the center of the circle. Parallelograms on the same base and between the same parallel lines are equal in area. Parallelograms on equal bases and between the same parallel lines are equal in area. Triangles on the same base and between the same parallel lines are equal in area. If a triangle and a parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallel lines, the area of the triangle is equal to the half of the parallelogram. Triangles with equal areas and having one side of one triangle equal to one side of the other having their corresponding altitudes equal.